Once this is on, we're gonna go ahead and flip the gun over. We're gonna take the safety off. Right. Now for all of you that live in a state like California, now's the time to install your 10-round fix. Now we're going to install our trigger group the exact same way that we put it in. Now we're going to install our trigger bar. Oh, I'm sorry. First, if this has a little play back here, which this one doesn't, what every kit is going to come with a little rubber square. If yours has any play when you go like that, you're just going to put the rubber square in right here before you just got to reinstall it. Just put it in first and check if there's any play. If there is, just uninstall it the same way you did it off. Just hit this spot with a screwdriver or something. It'll come right out, and then just put the piece of rubber right there and then just reinstall it. Now onto the trigger bar. If this falls off like mine did, we're just going to get this piece right here. Always install this facing upwards, so we're just going to fit this hole into that. And then the best way, this comes with an adjustable, so the best way to adjust this to fit your gun, we're going to line this hole up with this screw right back here. You're just going to tighten it all the way to the tightest, so we're just going to screw it that way. All the way till it doesn't go anymore. Turn it back around until it's even with it. You can kind of see that if you turn it like this, this clearly won't fit into the screw, so we're going to loosen it up a little. A couple turns. 2, 3 or 4 usually work. If it doesn't work the first time, just redo it. This looks like it will be one more turn. So we're going to go ahead and slip this in. This swivel kind of gets in the way of the back portion of this, so you just got to kind of play with it to get it in. The trick to see if this adjustment piece, as you can see, we don't have a trigger here. The reason for this, since we live in California, we have to use our original boxed magazine. So we had to take it out to get the parts count low enough. So that's why there's no trigger there. So basically, the way to see if this adjustment is the right length, you just kind of have to line this hole up with the screw. And as you line it up, you have to watch this trigger. If it moves, then it's too tight. If that happens, then undo it and then loosen it up a little, like maybe 1 or 2 turns, depending on how much it moves. If it doesn't, the trick is to get it on the verge of moving, but not moving. So we'll line this up and we'll see. This is slightly moving, but we'll go ahead and test it out just to see. So we're going to come back here and take our trigger pivot screw. We're just going to turn this around. We're just going to screw this back in to here. You don't want to screw it all the way down at first, because this won't go. The washers won't go all the way down. So we have to first make them go down. So you just kind of have to play around with it. Once it's lined up perfectly, they'll just fall straight in. So you just gotta kind of play around with it. And then there they go. We can can continue tightening that up. Once again, not too tight. Once it's snug, just slide. Now let's test out the trigger. Do this. All right, it seems to be working fine, so the adjustment piece is fine. The next part you want to do is rehook this the trigger return spring. It has this little screw. We're just going to hook that right onto this piece right here. And there you go. This spring is really light. It doesn't add too much. It just helps in the return when it needs to be helped. Now we're going to install our butt plates. Basically, just going to put these on front and back. Once they're on, just flip it over and install the screws. There's two different sizes here. The two longer ones are going to go up on the top part, and the smaller one is going to go on the bottom. Now to move on to the upper handguard, we're just going to snap this on. Put the rest of the screws in. For this portion, it's kind of a tight fit, so we're just going to squeeze this down a little. You don't want to tighten them all the way yet because it makes it harder to put the screws in on the back side. Now we're going to go on to install our receiver cover assembly. Basically, you just want to put this through here, this hole. There's a little notch right here. You just want to slip that under here. Just once you get this, you just gotta kind of tilt it. Oh, also there's a lever back here. You gotta lift that, or else it won't go on. Not all the way though. Once that's on, you can slip that back down. Right, and then you have your pin that's just going to hold this together. Just gotta push that down. These usually just go right in, but on the newer ones, the first time it's kind of hard to get in. As you can see. Just kind of play with it and twist it. Once it's in, you kind of just put that down. And here you have your new SKS Bull-pup stock kit, all on your SKS.